The learning and the sharing of information on this radio station continues. And guess what? Some people are actually grateful. A buddy of mine operates a garage. And he says, folk were in the garage and the program was on. And one lady says, all of that information for free? Yes. So you know what I'm going to say after that, right? Do not take this radio station for granted. That's it. Learned a few lessons this morning in our chat with immigration attorney Kristen Mercer. One of the things I took from that conversation was that documents continue to be important. Let me tell you why documents are important. In a day and time when some businesses, especially in the medical profession, they will print you a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and that's your receipt. Ask yourself then why it is when you make certain purchases, you get a receipt that basically is going to fade away in a matter of days sometimes. In 2026, why would any store give you a receipt that is going to fade? It resembles some of the old paper that used to be used in fax machines a long time ago. There were rolls of paper. That should tell you that it is important to keep those documents. You have a printer at home. It has the ability to copy stuff, copy the paperwork, and hide it, save it somewhere. Today is tax returns day. You get the stuff done by midnight tonight. Save yourself a whole lot of headache. Because the government is going to come at you for the taxes, regardless, okay? And you're saying to yourself, no, but I don't, I work for myself. All the more reason why you should be seeing your tax preparer from last month. And when you go to see the tax preparer at 6 o'clock this evening in a panic, you should have made certain decisions. Who is the head of household in your family? Are you filing single or married? Kind of late, you know. Kind of late to be thinking about that kind of stuff. But tomorrow, Dan King, our favorite tax preparer, is going to be on with us. So you want to probably listen if you didn't get through for today. But back to immigration and documents. Understand and remember that the current administration is in the process of denaturalizing people. And it's relatively easy these days with the kind of thinking, the philosophy behind this administration where immigration is concerned. When you're filling out the paperwork, sometimes you're filling it out in an attorney's office, or you're in an office where people will help you to fill out your forms. Try not to forget anything. Years ago, we did citizenship drives. And when you're applying for citizenship, one of the questions they ask is, name all of your children, whether dead or alive. There was a gentleman who came to one of our citizenship drives. He had 6 children. He could not tell where any of them were. What is that? That was maybe 3-4 years ago. Yeah, it could be 4 years ago. I'm trying to make sense of it, and I can't. That person is not in a position to apply for citizenship because they want that information that he says he does not have. And I think what irked me the most was the attitude with which he said it. Inherent in his attitude, I'm hearing somebody who's saying, I really don't need to look for them. I really don't want to. You ain't going to get citizenship. Simple, straightforward. Say those children don't live in this country. And one day comes when you say, okay, let me file for Percy and for Millie as well. But you didn't put that on the paper. So when immigration see you applying for these children that no other paperwork they have for you says you had even one child, they're going to say, boss, come, you told us a lie. That these days, in my opinion, from what I know, I'm not an attorney, in my opinion, that is the grounds for denaturalization. Can you tell a lie on your paperwork prior? Talk with us on the open line. Be guided by these things, you know. These people are not playing, okay? Why should you be playing? I think people should be more concerned about their own mental health in the springtime of 2026. Looking at some film trailers, and this family is being urged to go for counseling. And the father and husband in the family says, I ain't going to no counseling. I'm not crazy. It is a position that a number of people have taken. And it's not necessarily, I think we said it a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes healing takes place simply by talking about stuff. And that's why some people chat so much. Some people just chat and don't stop chat. Believe it or not, my work is chatting, so I don't chat that plenty, you know. No, man. But going for counseling is not a bad thing. You get to reason with someone. Okay, forget the counseling. You have a good bonus spar. And something happened to you on the job, something happened to you at home, and you say, boy, hey, Skipper, me and you reason about something. And your friend, sometimes a lady friend, ladies don't play no day, can match out things easier than you and I. And they respond to you with stuff that you just never, it happens with me every day on this program. I hold a position on certain things, and a caller will call me and just knock it right out of my head because there's a different perspective. That's what counseling is. Hello?
Hi, Mr. Barnes. How are you?
I'm good. You know, how are you?
So I'm good. You know, you said something here. We should focus here on going to get some mental help, a lot of us, because I didn't get to call from the other day because I was so busy working. The guy, the mayor, the lady, the mayor that get killed.
Vice mayor.
I want to know, there had to be some kind of sign and warning there. This guy couldn't just went into that mood like that. It's got to be somewhere.
Well, a statement attributed to him that it was taking time, because he was saying he was tired of this, whatever it was tired of, it was taking time.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But as some of the ladies are male, they see the signs, and we see the signs, but they still stay there because they want to have this perfect image that they have a husband or they have a wife, and you cannot be in this kind of position and you don't have a husband. You don't have to have a husband or you don't have to have a wife to be in your position to hold your title. You could live your life alone and do your thing, and to stay there to let somebody kill you. And now a sweet, good angel is gone, and him I feel sorry for as well.
Why?
Because he have mental issue, and they refuse to go get help. This is what I'm hearing, that he's a schizophrenic. Somebody said his mom was a teacher. I went to the beauty shop, and then, like your sister always say, especially these Jamaicans, they know that the kids need help, and they don't want to do it because they're ashamed, they're embarrassed, and we see family members need it. You see their behavior, you see they shout, they do different stuff. You do nothing about it. And then this precious angel have to lose her life like this, and now he is incarcerated, and it makes no sense, because if he needs help, now they're not going to help him. They're going to say know what he was doing.
Kind of late for that kind of help. We're late for the break. More of your calls coming up.
Honor, respect, and love to the people. Prosperity and love, you know?
Giving thanks. Talk, though, about that immigration thing we mentioned at the top of the program regarding documents. A lot of times, and yes, it is tax day. It is tax return day 2026. And listen. Documents do not necessarily have to be a fancy 4 or 5 page document. Sometimes a document is that little 2.5 inch long receipt that you get when you went to a store. That is a document. Hello?
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want the community to know when it comes to mental health, most of the cities and areas that they live in, they have people who can direct them to doctors and different areas that they can go and get some help, But I don't know what it is, because most of the people who have this problem don't think they have a problem. And the people who see the problem, they just act like that problem will go away until something seriously happens, and they realize that something is wrong with this individual. But the mental situation is a serious, serious situation here in this country and all over the world, mental health. So, but there is a lot of support out there. There's a lot of, foundation, all different type of areas that they can go and seek help. And they have medication, too, that people can get to kind of
Mitigate the problem. Yes.
Yes. So there's no excuse, really and truly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stubborn people, stubborn. And I don't know what it is. You could have tell them, boy, go check your doctor, go do this, go do that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you can do anymore to convince people that if you have an issue or a problem, there is help out there that you can seek to solve the problem, But that's just how it is.
Yeah. And you make a very important point, The fact that you have certain problems, forget the mental ones, and the doctor give you a medicine. It means that if you have medicines for mental problems, it's a kind of sickness. It's not to be ashamed about.
No. And if you take the medicine, you operate just like a normal person who don't have that issue.
More times than not, yep, same way.
Yeah, if you take the medication,
Yeah.
But, we wait until murder commit, tragedy commit, craziness commit, and then it's too late at that point. It's too late.
Yeah. It's interesting. We carried a story yesterday, I think, out of Barbados, that they're saying, listen, if you're seeing a problem, talk to somebody about it. They were talking mostly about domestic abuse. Yes, applies in this situation, obviously. If you're seeing a problem, a lot of times you're able to give information anonymously. They don't have to know who gave the information. And yes, we're not hiding from the fact that there are certain situations when they call you informer. Different, different situation. 954-792-11. Oh, by the way, the number for Attorney Gloria Brown, 387-8183. Of course, it's 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. Grabbing the next caller. Hello.
Good afternoon, Counselor.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
I tell you, it warms my heart to sit here and listen to you whenever you're on this program.
Okay.
It gives me one of the greatest pleasure of a lifetime.
Oh, boy.
Because if you educate people, and if a lot of people should pay attention to this program, even though many know not of this program,
Okay.
they would learn so much. And probably they would not have do the things they do that is not right.
Watch there.
Because you enlighten their darkness, for they see not. So you're opening many eyes. Now, as far as that man is concerned over in Coral Spring, I know his grandfather.
You know his grandfather?
And yes.
Oh, boy.
And his father goes to the same school I went to.
Okay.
But he was in an older class than me. And his grandfather was also a teacher.
Oh, boy. You know these people?
Yes. His grandfather was a teacher at my school.
Wow.
So I know the grandfather, and his father came to the same school. I was shocked, but who knows?
Nobody.
Now, you see, you said take not this radio station for granted. But listen to this. The door is open. And in Matthew 7, verse 7, it says, seek and you shall find.
Yes, sir.
Ask and it shall be given.
Knock.
But there's something special about the door. It says knock and the door shall be open.
Open unto you.
But it's not just to knock, it says.
You
must
knocking.
knock.
You have to keep knocking.
And you see, when you knock on someone's door, there's something appears to them. Who is that? And the first thing they do is pause before they answer. So people will be always calling you and ask for information.
All right.
Not only you, but anyone.
For real.
Because you already opened the door and it cannot close again.
Too
Have
late.
a blessed day.
You too, buddy. You can't close the door again. Wow.
The Open Line with Winston Barnes on WAVS 1170 and WAVS1170.com, the place with the talk about you and your community across the diaspora.